Hello and welcome back to the garden again. Today I want to talk to you just a little bit about potatoes. I need to harvest some for today for our evening meal, and in the comments section I get asked lots of questions about potatoes, how they grow in no dig. Well, they do grow really well, and when we did our trial bed last year, some of the best potato harvests that we've ever had. You can probably see that the ground is slightly higher here than it is here where the squash are and the sweet corn. That's because we've composted them up. So traditionally you leave 3-foot gaps between your potatoes and you earth them up. With no dig, that's not the way we go about it. I actually took a shovelful of compost and dropped it on top of the potato plants when they were a bit smaller than this. And in no dig, the potatoes form mostly within the surface, which you'll see in a moment when I now harvest. They can go down to some depth, probably not for us because we garden on heavy clay soil here in our garden, which is in Norfolk, midway between the city of Norwich and coastal seaside town of Great Yarmouth. Now for me, and I'm not saying I'm any particular expert, but for me, we plant all of our seed potato on the same day, whether it be the first earlies, second earlies, or in the case at the top of the garden where we have our main crop potatoes. All of these seed potatoes were planted on March the 22nd. One of the reasons I do that is because I'm thinking, especially with the main crop, if blight ever strikes this time of the year or maybe into August, then I will have some kind of a harvest. Whereas I know a lot of people do plant their main crop potatoes sometime in April. It could even be towards the end of April. That's just a personal preference for me. I'm not saying you have to do it, but I've found it works well for us, so that at least we do get some kind of harvest. You can see here these particular potatoes. This is a second early Charlotte. We've grown this for the last 7 or 8 years. We absolutely adore Charlotte. You can see the plants are starting to look a bit tired. They're starting to get towards their maximum harvest. And as the plants start to turn yellow, which should be within the next 2 weeks or so, then we shall harvest those. It's a really great variety that stores well, and if you let them go to maximum maturity, they produce big tubers too, and we can have potatoes to use as boiled potatoes all throughout the coming months. Today we're looking at the first early, and this is a variety called Casablanca. Now we've grown several types over the years, from Swift to Rocket to Aaron Pilot. We grew these this year. We had some at the top of the garden, a couple of rows, and I have to say they've been really quite amazing. The description said that they could be boiled, chipped or roasted. Well, we've chipped them, we've boiled them, and they are amazing. Later on this afternoon we're going to try roasting them, and then we'll let you know exactly how they are. So, how do we harvest our potatoes in no dig? Well, it's a question of getting hold of the stems. And pull. I have to say, I've been really impressed with this variety, Casablanca. Really have. And both of my daughters were here earlier this morning, and the potatoes there at the top of the garden, which is Casablanca, they have had a harvest from those and gone home with their families to eat those. Really quite amazing. So you can see, you just search around in the surface mulch. That's not one popped up. And there you go. It's also you can see just how the mulch was put on, the 6-inch mulch on this. This wasn't new dig last year, it is this year. And as always, while you're here, take the opportunity to pull any weeds that you see coming out. A couple of weeks ago these potatoes were a little smaller and we actually planted a hunter squash. You can probably see next door to them we've got the sweet corn, we planted some crown prince squash and some curry squash on the other side. They went in a bit earlier. Yeah, they're doing really well. These I expect fully to take off as we now harvest these remaining first early potatoes. So here we go. You do get some amazing potatoes, you really do. So we got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants to harvest. These Charlotte, you can see they're going to be, they're already yellowing, so it's not going to be long before we can harvest those, and then we should put those into storage. We'll film that so you can see exactly how we do prepare them to put them into storage. We also, with our potatoes, we like a nice cabbage, and this is a variety called Savoy King. We've grown this for the last 4 or 5 years and really reliable. In our family we really like Savoy cabbages, and this produces nice Savoys, and these were sown back in February. We've had some harvests from another bed which had them in over the last couple of 3 weeks, and these, which were planted a little bit later, are now approaching their harvest. So a nice cabbage it is. Larger leaves which we won't use, they can be returned to the compost heap, and they will in turn help to feed the land in the coming year. There we have it. A lovely Savoy cabbage, all grown in our new dig soil. We've had a really fantastic day in the garden today. It was wonderful to see both my daughters and our granddaughter, and she was out earlier this morning with us to help harvest. Be careful, darling. Some potatoes and carrots her mummy and daddy to take home. She liked that, didn't she? Yeah, she really did. We've got ours. You can see the harvest from 2 Casablanca plants here. Really looking forward to those, and of course the cabbage that we picked earlier. But also at this time of the year, what have you found, Gil? What have you found? This time of the year, of course, fruit is becoming ready. So have a ready-made dessert too. Raspberries are coming on stream now. They're amazing, I love raspberries. And we have 2 types of strawberry here, one which produces its fruit, and it's been producing for the last 4 weeks. They're now on the wane now, and then we have a second variety which produces its fruit now. And they look amazing. They taste amazing. I've had the Norfolk sun on them all day today. Poppy. There you go. Anyway, thanks for joining us in the garden today. It is Sunday today. England play tonight, so best of luck. You can see a lot of the stuff I wear has the Norwich City emblem on. I'm a Norwich City supporter. But really, it'd be great if England could bring it on home tonight. It really would. Don't forget to subscribe. Take really good care. Enjoy this evening, and we'll see you soon back in the garden.